Hi friends, it's Julia. Thanks for visiting me today on my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing part of my Halloween series for 2019, showing you today's layout is a double page layout that I'm creating in advance for Halloween. Since I have no earthly idea what pictures I'll be getting from my kids or from my grandkids for Halloween. Anyway, I have all of the pattern papers pulled out, and they're all scraps that I've previously cut into. There's some border strips there that were all in my scrap file that I have. I showed you on my last video my Halloween stash kit, and I showed you all the scraps that I have. I have quite a few. I've hung on to them because, if I have cut into a paper for Halloween, it's because I really liked it. I don't tend to hold on to those papers that I don't like at Halloween time. And this year, I had just went through, prior to making this Halloween stash and creating these layouts and cards, I went through and did a clean out of all of my Halloween stash. And I got rid of quite a bit and sent it with my granddaughter to school. And so it's really fun to get into what you have left over and use up what you want. And there's some pieces I think maybe after this year that might go in. If I don't get them used up this year, they very well might go into my do not want bin or bag, if you will, since it tends to be a bag that I'm filling up for my granddaughter's classroom or given to my sister. There I just took a couple of scraps of yellow and black papers, and that black is a chalkboard paper, and it's really flimsy and thin, but it has such a dull matte black to it. It's so pretty, and so I thought it would go perfect behind that to make that yellow really pop, and it does. Those are probably the brightest two papers on all of this. And so here, because it's going to be a two-page layout, I spread my gray cardstock out, and this cardstock was not in the kit that I created. And I do that when I'm making these kits, is I pull in what I think I might need when I need it, if I feel like I need something from the rest of my stash. So as I'm going along, I lost a ton of footage from the middle of the layout process. You'll see me cut some papers here in just a minute, and then all of a sudden the layout is put together, with the exception of the finishing touches. And I don't know what happened. Seriously, I have no idea what happened to the footage. I think when I was transferring files over from the camera to the computer, somehow or another, I had some mishaps and not everything copied over appropriately. And I went back and tried it again. And I don't know if that's when I lost it or if it was in the first go round. It doesn't really matter, but I lost the footage. Anyway, though, I'm having a great time using my scrapbook stash, my Halloween stash, to create these layouts. And what I typically do when I make layouts like this, I make them in advance, and then if I use them at Halloween time, fine. If I don't, they'll go into my unfinished layouts album. I have a full album of all these layouts that I've created without pictures in them, and so that's where this will go if I don't use it this year. I'll keep everything in my kit together along with all the pages and see what photos and such that the kids give me after Halloween, and then I'll use what I can, and if not, it'll go into my unfinished layouts album, and I'll be able to use it in the coming years at some point. And here we go. We're just about to the point where the layout's put together. Voila. You can see there I have taken the polka dot paper and I have put it back behind there. And I have made it banner shape on each side. I put the stripe paper along the back. I put some washi tape along the back. That green with the skulls on it is washi tape along the back there. And on the left side, I've used an acetate piece with that spider web and the bats on it. Then I used a circle that I had previously punched, and it has the not scalloped, pinked edge with a couple of pumpkins on top of that. And I used that caution sticker and then a label down below that has, sorry, I don't have the layout right in front of me. It has something on there about an old-timey pharmacy type label, if you will. And I had printed it out. It's a one that I found on Facebook, and I printed it out and fussy cut it to go on this layout. And I have a flare on that side as well. Then up at the top of that top photo on the left side, you can see I have those photo corners that I punched out to bring that yellow and black around the layout since they were so bright and bold. I knew I needed to have something to kind of counteract them, or to make them into a triangle, if you will. Then up by the top where it says Halloween, that is one of the foam titles that has the glitter on it. I put another one of those pink circles and then a couple of die cuts up there. And that I'm just taking a sticker, and I really wanted it to be to the left of the moon shape, but unfortunately, because that was right on the paper split, it wasn't, or where the page split, it wasn't going to work. So I wanted to have it on the other side. I think it turned out okay. Down in the right corner by the right photo, again, another one of those labels that I printed out and cut out. I have a spiderweb doily back there. I have a pumpkin there. I have those chipboard glittered cats, as well as a clock. I was trying to think, what is that shape? That shape is a clock a clock face that I had previously stamped out, and it was just in my random bowl right there of stuff that I've added into this kit from my leftovers box up on my shelf. And as I go along here, you're going to see I'm going to add a couple of brads, and these are little skull-shaped brads, and I add 3 of them to each cluster. And then I'll add some additional embellishments, some glittered bats, and I think I put some enamel dots on here too, or enamel stars. Anyway, so yeah. Do you guys make layouts for holidays or Halloween or Easter or Thanksgiving or Christmas or, 4th of July? Do you make the layouts ahead of time and just, hope you get the pictures for them? Or do you wait until you have the actual photos in hand before you do that, before you create layouts? I think for me, I find it easiest to do for holiday type photos, like Halloween and Easter and 4th of July and Christmas. And yeah, I think it makes it easier to know if I make the layouts ahead of time. Oh, I need to get 2 horizontal photos and 2 vertical photos. And I really do before holidays. When I make these layouts ahead of time, I will look and see what type of photos that I need to fill these layouts. Yeah. And work on taking photos that size. But sometimes too, especially like with Halloween when my grandkids aren't at my house necessarily, I have to make sure that their parents know to get me those shape photos. So, and I'm doing this at real time. This was only like a 16 or 17 minute video in real time because I lost the footage. Otherwise, I would have sped it up even more. Yeah, I just can't believe. I have no earthly idea how I ended up losing all that footage on the inside. It didn't take me long to create this layout. I've been doing these layouts. I've been trying to scrapbook more. My stress level has been a little bit high. And so I went on a retreat a couple of months ago, or last month, I should say, a couple of months ago. I have to stop and think when it is. And when I was at that retreat, it just made me realize how much scrapbooking is my outlet to relax me. It lets me engage my right brain or my left brain, and lets my right brain relax a little bit and be less stressed. And it helps to at work when my stress level is down. So yeah, I've been trying to focus on creating more scrapbook layouts and cards in the evenings when I get home from work. So what I've been doing is I will get everything out. Like when I started the video, you saw all of my supplies laying there. I pulled all of those out one night. I pulled the kit together one night. The next night I pulled out a bunch of supplies that I wanted to use to create a layout. And then the next night I created the layout. And then of course the night after, then I pulled out more supplies for a different layout. And so that's kind of what I've been doing, making this process work for me. I don't always get into my scrap room, and I'm not always able to create something every single night, but I'm trying to. And I think that just puts me a step ahead of the game, realizing what I need to do and then just getting it done, because otherwise I'll procrastinate and then complain about how, stressed out I am. So I have to do what works, right? If I'm going to commit myself and say I'm going to make this work, then I have to put the effort in. And so I'm really trying to do that. I love playing with these supplies that are solely Halloween focused. I mean, there's a lot of stuff on here that you could use for other things, but I think it is so fun to put Halloween layouts together. I don't do the super duper spooky ones. I try and keep them light and cute so that they're not scary, if you will. Because for us, Halloween is not scary. Halloween is dressing up in princess dresses, and it's about the candy. Come on, let's be real. It's not about being scared or anything. My children like going to haunted houses, but I don't think my grandchildren like going to haunted houses too much. I don't think they like being scared like that. I could be completely wrong, and as they get older, they might tend to like that a little bit more. I think I've pretty much got the layout put together and finished off. I'm just looking to see if there's anything else that I want to use. I have those rub-ons there, and they are, I want to say Pink Fresh Studio, but I'm not 100% certain. They might be Pink Paisley or something. But anyway, they are so fabulous. Those are I think they're a little older, maybe a year or so, or maybe older than that, but they work fabulous. I have enjoyed using those on other layouts that I've created, but I haven't got to sharing yet. Anyway, we're getting pretty close to the end here. I'm just going through making sure there's nothing else from all the stash that I pulled out that I want to use. And you can see as I pull it up, I have pulled out quite a bit. Not everything that I've had in my kit to use, but a bunch of it I pulled up because and you see I have the pumpkins there. I really thought I wanted to use a lot more pumpkins on this, but for some reason I didn't. And that's okay. Anyway, I hope that these videos inspire you to maybe get into your Halloween stash of supplies, and pull some of them out and create your own layouts or cards. I don't tend to send out tons of Halloween cards. I send them to my grandkids because I think it's fun. We all love to get mail, and I can't think of a kid on the planet who doesn't like to get a letter or a card in the mail. And I try and always send my grandkids cards at different holidays or just different times, just for an I'm thinking of you and I love you. There, I'm giving you a close-up of everything that's on the layout. And you can see on that acetate piece, I covered up a couple of the glittered acetate bats and put the chipboard bats over top of them. Just loving how that all came together. This whole process, I'm loving creating these layouts. Anyway, see you guys on the next video. Flip me a thumbs up if you like this layout. Bye-bye.